Millions of people depend on NGOs for survival. But what happens when the very organizations meant to save lives are facing life or death crises of their own? Today, we're uncovering the shocking truth behind massive donor funding cuts and how NGOs and NGOs can fight back to keep hope alive. In recent months, we've watched governments slash their foreign aid budgets. The US suspended critical funding, the Netherlands drastically cut its development aid, and the UK dropped its overseas budget to historic lows. This means fewer grants for essential programs, like providing clean water, health services, and education in crisis zones. A lifeline for countless vulnerable communities is slipping away. Governments claim economic pressures, pandemic recovery, and shifting political priorities. Some blame corruption scandals in a handful of NGOs. Others argue that NGOs need to stand on their own feet. But here's the catch. These funding cuts don't just affect administrative overhead. They can literally cost lives in conflict zones and impoverished areas. Even global giants like Oxfam and Save the Children are feeling the pinch. Now, here's a controversial question. Did NGOs contribute to this crisis? Skeptics point to past scandals, like sexual misconduct or mismanaged funds. Some donors accuse NGOs of bloated structures. Meanwhile, local organizations argue that large NGOs overshadow their efforts. The truth? Not every NGO is perfect, but punishing entire communities for the failings of a few is questionable at best and catastrophic at worst. Now, what are some of the way forward for NGOs' funding sources? Don't rely on a single donor. Explore crowdfunding platforms, corporate sponsorships, and philanthropic networks. Build multiple revenue streams to soften the blow of big cuts. Leverage digital campaigns. Take advantage of social media and influencer partnerships to drive donations directly from the public. People want to support causes that matter. They just need to see and feel the urgency. Localize leadership. Empower local staff and grassroots organizations. This approach cuts operational costs and wins donor trust, proving that funds go directly to communities in need. Showcase transparency and impact. Be radically transparent about finances. Share real stories, real numbers, and real-time updates on project success. Trust is everything right now, and data speaks volumes. Invest in tech and AI. From AI-driven data analysis to digital fundraising bots, tech solutions can reduce overhead, target supporters more effectively, and prove your impact in measurable ways. When wars break out, like in Ukraine, Sudan, or Yemen, who steps up first? Often it's NGOs. When natural disasters strike, think earthquakes in Turkey or droughts in East Africa, NGOs are among the first responders. Cutting them off at the knees doesn't just harm organizations, it harms entire populations that depend on them for survival. We're at a crossroads. NGOs can embrace innovation and become more resilient than ever, or risk collapse under the weight of shifting donor politics. If you want to be part of the change, you can. Donate to trusted organizations. Volunteer your skills, digital, financial, or field-based. Stay informed and share the truth about why these funding cuts matter. No matter where you stand, remember this. NGOs aren't just charities. They're frontline responders, catalysts for change, and the last defense for many at-risk communities worldwide. Let's help them unlock a future where their mission continues, no matter who's cutting the checks. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe, and tell us in the comments. What do you think about these massive funding cuts? If you wonder about what are NGOs and why they are necessary, click on the upcoming video.